first years, like 1-0 up to like 5-6 years old was very hard, because I had so much energy in my body that I don't think I could handle it pretty good. It was overcooking and wild. And I was like high sensitive for everything, and very introvert and extrovert, and add a lot of energy on that. And you understand that my life was like skinless. It was without skin. I was just absorbing everything that was going on around me, and it has a huge impact. So I don't know, I'm glad that I'm very early find out that to draw or paint or build, like with Lego or something like that, clay, whatever, helped me to get some space from my thinking. And what my thinking did to me was wiring me up, like stressing me a lot, because you know, when you keep reacting to things all the time, like everything that is happening, like a voice that is too loud, or temperature that is too much, or that someone is actually like hitting you or something, like everything is like too much. And that was hard, but to draw and paint helped me. And also reading, when I learned to read, helped me to calm myself down and enter like a different world, a different space, if you call it like that. So I started to dream a lot, and daydreaming and fantasize, and going into different kind of worlds to, in one way, like escape from this reality that was so tough on me. And of course, when I couldn't paint or create or be physical with it, I created a lot in my mind. So I understand it was hard times for people around me to actually understand me and trust me, because I was not like lying, but I was like dreaming and telling stories that was like between reality and my own fantasies. But I find my way with the colors and the drawing and the cartoons, and I learned to express myself, but also get my message out. And that is like amazing when you can do that, because it's like it's boiling 1,000 degrees in your head, and how to get it out, to steam it out. Well, you know, you cannot think it out or talk it out. You have to do something. And for me, it was like to express myself and create and do things, like putting things on paper, or cutting paper, or do something with paper, but get it out. Like that's physical, like get it out. And it helped a lot. And I've never been like, you know, impressed by techniques or what other people can do, because I just love it when people can do nice things and it looks good, and I just enjoy it. Like I think that is great. When someone is playing guitar beautiful, I just think it's great. I'm not jealous or anything like that. And I'm actually not looking for the technique either. And the same thing with art, like when someone is really painting good, and whatever good is, I'm not getting impressed by how good it is, but just like how good it is for someone to do it, like to impress other people and express themselves. And of course, I pretty early understood that if I actually should completely like express myself good and express myself in the best of ways, I also have to learn the techniques to do it, because it's clean the language, so to say. It cleans the communication. It makes it easier to hear and believe. So I figured out a lot of things by my own, and some things I picked up from others or books or whatever I got it. And I was lucky in my little village. It was a lot of creative people with music and art and other things. And my father actually has a really good friend. I would say he probably was like my father's best friend, Bengt Boshammer, and he was an artist, and he was really good technical viewed. He was really good, and I admire him a lot. And then it was another guy, Bengt Johansson, and he was also like a musician, but he was also really good in art. And Bosse Mörnerud, he painted stones like no one else from nature, like amazing guy. So I was like absorbed of a lot of good artists, and I had those like kind of idols in my life that I wanted to paint like those guys or express myself like that. But honestly, I wasn't that impressed. I found my own style and my own way of doing things, and you know, just do whatever I do with the technique. I do it, and I think that is the best advice I can give anyone, that just go with your own style and figure it out, how technical, you know, can do it in the best of ways, and how actually you can clean the language of your communication so people really understand what it's all about. So for a lot of years I kept doing that, like cleaning my language, cleaning my skills, getting better, and dealing with life, and you know, it was not a hobby. It was always like I wanted to express something, and I was trying my best, and lucky for me, I was pretty good at it. So people liked it and told me like, this is good, Henric, this is good. They were like supporting me, and that means a lot, because of course my technique was not like the best, and sometimes I painted shit and did cartoons that was not good, but I actually never like heard. I was like, oh, you can like feedback. It's different. Critics is one thing, but getting feedback is another thing. And I guess I was lucky to get a lot of feedback. And here I am today, still painting, still expressing myself, trying to get my language and communication with my paintings and my colors as clean as possible. And I just do my style. I just do it my way. And if you like it, you like it. And if you don't like it, find something else. Like, I'm not bothered by that. I think it's up to everyone to view and see the paintings for whatever it is, and to judge it and or enjoy it, like you want it. Like, that's no problem. Do whatever you want. I will continue and paint and do my style anyway. And still, I'm skinless. Like, as a person, I'm very sensitive and I'm very open. So I get a lot of things into my body and my energy field, so to say. But I also learned that, you know, you cannot absorb everything, because then you die young. But you can absorb a lot of things and filter it and make the best out of it. But I'm still walking like in different worlds. I'm still walking in different dimensions and realities. I'm still doing my best to get those trips into other dimensions down on the canvas or the paper, or whatever material I choose to work with, because it's always more to see, and it's always more to feel, hear, taste and smell. It's always a message that is only a message for the one that received the message, I guess, and translate it into reality. But I will continue, and I will keep up my job and my mission and paint and do a lot of things that hopefully make an impact on people, and yeah, that's my mission and vision. And sometimes I feel that the choice to be an artist and to express myself is tough, because I'm not doing my art for selling it and being rich. I'm not doing my art for being famous and all over every place. I'm not doing my art for any other reason that I have an eager, a passion, a force to get things out of me. And I choose to do it by putting it on a canvas and or watercolor papers, or just like to express it through art. And then sometimes when people is looking at my art and they like analyze me, and they say like, oh, he's like this and this, and oh, he's probably having problems with this, or he's probably, enjoying this, or I feel like shit, because I don't want people to analyze me or think that I'm painting like my like putting my soul on the canvas. But in another way, I know that actually just what I'm doing. And sometimes that is just killing me, and it's really not funny, and it's not a pleasure. It's so tough, because being an artist is like standing there and saying like, hey, this is me, and this is my mind set, this is my thoughts, this is my feelings, this is who I am. And I'm just choosing to put it like this way, because it would have been different if I only painted like nature, or only like lakes or cows or other things. But I choose to be the artist that is painting emotions instead of the exactly motive of a thing. So like I said before, when I paint a forest, I don't paint only trees and forest, so it like a photo. I paint a feeling of a forest, and that feeling of that forest is my feeling of the forest. So it gets always like personal when I'm doing something, because it's like my point of view. And you can imagine self, if you get public with all your own views and your own way of putting thoughts into action, it's pretty rough. Like a lot of people escape from that all the time, but when you choose to be an artist, you choose to walking on the edge of danger. And that danger is that in one way people can love your art and say how good it is, and it's like comforting you. And on the other hand, it could be like they actually think it's shit, and they accusing you for being like in one way or another. So it's hard, because it's also like a very private thing that you actually choose to make public. Got that? Like it's a very private thing that you choose to go public with. Like you choose to go naked into the marketplace. Take some balls to do that. But that's the artistic view of it, because how could you not? You know, you can just paint for yourself and hang it on your walls in your little cabinet and sit there and enjoying it. Like, yeah, for sure. But the thing with being an artist is that you paint something and you show it to other people, and you got like response of it, and you got like meanings of what you have done, and you got critics, and you got all of those elements of someone else looking at what you have done and they say something about it, and that's the joy, and it is hell on earth. So it's like, so also for me it's that I cannot see myself not doing it. I can only see myself doing it more in the future, because I think that the world needs more people that actually is expressing themselves and actually is showing who they are. And it doesn't have to be an artist, it could be like whatever you are doing. It's important to understand that it's your inside that is going out, it's not the inside that is going in. And whatever you call the inside and how you call it is not so, necessary to define those kind of things, but at least it goes through you. So when something is going through me, it goes on a canvas and it is what it is. That's it. I don't know what it is. Could be something blah blah blah. I have no idea, but I can see, of course, that that's a very personal thing. That's a very personal thought, and that's a very personal. I can see it. But that's the way you do it. And, so being an artist is like not only, it's like a very dark side actually of it, and as long as I can, remember, I have been walking like in the shadow of the blues, which would be like a song of Whitesnake or something. But I've been walking in the shadows, and I can see the light, and I can enjoy it, and I can, receive it and all of that. But I have like a dark side of myself that is always with me, and it's the game of expressing myself and still being like private or have integrity, like what you call it, like to just hold it for yourself, and that is a game, and it's tough, but as an artist you have no choice. So walking in the shadows of the blues will be like a good theme for ending this little conversation. Like, how do you express yourself and your inner life and your inner ego and your passion, and how does it come out? And is it wrong or right? I don't know. Is it more or less like, I don't give a shit, like it is what it is. But do you recognize that it is like walking on the edge of danger? Like in one way it's public, and another way it's private, and it's like shaky. Yeah. Okay. No more talk about this on walking on the dark side, but put it like walking in the shadow of the blues. I think that is good, because it's pain. It's a lot. To be an artist is to have a lot of pain, but also to have a lot of pleasure and have a lot of joy, and thank God that we can get all of those things out and do something like that. That's lovely. I love it.